All right, so today's deep dive, it's a little bit different. We're going to be looking at Gnosticism.
Okay.
But we're going to be looking at it through a little bit of a different lens.
Right.
We're going to be doing a personality quiz.
Okay.
From the Spiritual Seek.
Oh, fun.
To find out, are you a Hylic or a psychic or a pneumatic?
I love these.
Yeah, it's always interesting to kind of see where you land on these sorts of things.
Right.
So for folks who maybe aren't as familiar with Gnosticism,
Yes.
let's just do a real quick recap.
Sure.
Basically, Gnostics believe that the material world is an illusion.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it's a distraction. It's
from the true reality.
Yeah, and that we can achieve spiritual liberation through gnosis, which is a special knowledge.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and so this quiz is kind of a fun way to figure out where you are on that spectrum of awareness and understanding of this.
Are you mired in the material world?
Right.
Or are you trying to reach beyond that?
Yeah, exactly.
So each of these questions, you'll have 3 different answers, and they will correspond to Hylic, psychic, or pneumatic.
Okay, great.
So think about which answer really speaks to you as we go through these.
Sounds good.
Okay, question number 1. Okay. How do you view material possessions?
Okay.
Option H.
Right.
They are essential for happiness.
So that's very much a Hylic perspective.
Yeah.
Focused on the material world, maybe mistaking those temporary pleasures.
Right.
For true fulfillment.
Okay, so P.
Okay.
They are important, but not everything.
So that's kind of like the middle ground, right? There's starting to see beyond the surface level.
Okay.
But maybe not quite fully grasping that illusory nature of the material world.
Okay, and then finally N.
All right.
They are illusions that distract from true enlightenment.
Yeah, that's our pneumatic answer.
Yeah.
You get it.
They've reached enlightenment.
They see through it.
Yeah, they're not distracted by all the shiny things.
Exactly.
Okay, question number 2. What motivates your actions?
Oh, good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
H is desire for pleasure and comfort.
Very Hylic, right?
Yes.
Seeking those basic earthly desires.
Like, I need a new car.
Exactly.
I need a bigger house.
Yeah. Gotta have those comfy couches.
Yeah, I need all the things.
Right. Gotta have the pleasures.
Okay, so that's our very much in the material world answer.
Yeah.
So P, curiosity and seeking knowledge.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's our psychic friends, right?
Yeah.
Maybe with the ones that are like always wanting to learn more about the world.
Always wanting to understand how things work.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So N, a quest for spiritual truth and connection.
Yeah, that's like the core of the pneumatic drive, right?
Yes.
That yearning for connection with something beyond this material realm.
Yeah, what's the meaning of life?
Yeah, exactly.
What am I doing here?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the big question.
Okay, question number 3. What is your perspective on rules and laws?
Ooh.
This one's always a fun one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, so H is they are necessary for order in society.
Okay, so that's more of a practical perspective.
Right.
Maybe leaning Hylic,
Like, we need some rules.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just chaos.
Exactly. We need that structure, that stability.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, P. They should be questioned and adapted as needed.
That's our psychic coming out, right?
Yes. Always analyzing.
He always analyzes.
Always refining.
Refining.
Okay, and then finally N.
Okay.
They are often tools of oppression that obscure true freedom.
Yeah, that's very much aligned with like the Gnostic distrust of like those external authorities.
Right.
They're seeking that inner freedom.
Yeah.
Recognizing that those rules can sometimes trap us.
Yeah.
In that material world.
In the matrix.
Exactly.
Okay, question number 4.
Right.
What role does spirituality play in your life?
Okay.
It's not something I think about much. I focus on practical matters.
So that's very characteristic of that Hylic perspective.
Very grounded.
Grounded in the here and now, not really thinking about.
What's for dinner?
Exactly, what's right in front of me.
Okay, P, it's a part of my life, but I also value rational thought highly.
Yeah, that feels very psychic. Striving for that balance between logic and spirituality.
Okay, so like head and heart kind of together.
Exactly.
Okay, and N. It is central to my existence. It shapes everything I do and believe in.
Yeah, that's the essence of the pneumatic, right? It's not just a part of life.
Yeah.
It is life.
Yeah, that's their guiding light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's their compass.
Okay, and final question, question number 5.
All right, let's do it.
How do you approach learning new things?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so H. I prefer hands-on experience over theory or abstract concepts.
Very Hylic, very practical.
Yes.
Learning by doing.
Yep. P, I enjoy exploring ideas, but need practical applications too.
Yeah, that feels like the psychic, right? Yeah.
Bridging that theory and practice.
Yeah, I want to learn it, but I want to use it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to see how it works in the real world.
Okay, and then finally N. I seek out esoteric knowledge that challenges conventional wisdom.
Yes, that's our pneumatic.
Yeah.
Driven by that thirst for deeper truths.
Yeah, give me the secret knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've gone through all 5 of our questions.
Okay.
So what you want to do now is tally up.
Yes.
How many H's did you answer?
Mm-hmm.
How many P's?
How many N's?
How many N's?
Yeah.
And whichever one you answered the most of.
That's probably your dominant type.
That's going to be kind of your type.
Yeah.
But we're going to delve into this a lot more
Exactly.
in part 2.
Much more to come.
So make sure you've got your answers tallied up.
Yes, definitely.
We will see you in part 2.
Sounds good. Welcome back. All right. So hopefully you've had some time to think about those questions.
Yeah, tally up those answers.
Tally them up and figure out kind of where you're leaning.
Are you Hylic? Are you psychic? Are you pneumatic?
Yeah. Let's dive into each of those a little bit more.
Yeah, let's break it down.
So let's start with the Hylics.
Okay.
The H's.
Yeah.
So these are the folks that are very much enjoying the material world.
Right. They're kind of captivated by it.
Yeah.
You know, enjoying the pleasures, the comforts that it offers.
Yeah, they like their stuff.
They like their stuff. They like their experiences.
They like their sensory experience.
Exactly. All those things that kind of make life feel good on a surface level.
Yeah. So how does this relate back to the Gnostic idea of the material world being an illusion?
Well, for the Hylic, that illusion is still very real.
Yeah.
They haven't quite glimpsed that deeper reality yet.
Okay.
The one that lies beyond the material.
So it's not that they're wrong.
Right.
It's just that they're maybe not seeing the full picture yet.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a stage of awareness, you know? It's not a bad thing to be Hylic. It's just where they are right now.
Okay, so that's our Hylics, our folks who are enjoying all the good things in life.
Exactly.
Let's talk about our psychics.
Okay, the P's.
The P's. So these are more of our thinkers.
Right, much more intellectually inclined, you know?
Yeah.
Driven by curiosity, that thirst for knowledge.
Yeah, they want to know how things work.
Exactly, yeah. Always asking questions.
Yeah.
Trying to figure things out.
Okay, so what makes them different from the pneumatics?
So the psychics are still very much in their heads.
Okay.
Right? They're accumulating all this knowledge.
Yeah.
But the challenge for them is to move beyond just that accumulation.
Okay.
And to actually connect that intellectual understanding to a deeper spiritual truth.
So it's not enough to just know stuff.
Right. It's about what you do with it.
You got to actually apply it.
Exactly.
To your spiritual growth.
Yeah. To your life, to your understanding of the world.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And then we get to our pneumatics.
The N's.
Big N's.
Yes. This is where things get really interesting.
This is like peak Gnosticism, right?
Yeah. This is the core.
Yeah.
You know, they're really resonating with those key principles.
So for the pneumatics, spirituality isn't just something they think about.
Right. It's not just a hobby.
It's their whole existence.
Yeah. It's woven into everything.
Yeah. It guides their actions, their belief.
Exactly. They see through that illusion of the material world.
Okay.
And they're really striving for that liberation.
From the matrix.
Exactly.
Okay. So does that mean that the pneumatics are like the best?
That's a common misconception.
Okay.
You know, I think a lot of people think, oh, pneumatic, that's the goal.
Right.
But Gnosticism doesn't really promote a hierarchy of value here.
Okay.
Each of these types has its own unique strengths and challenges.
Right. So it's not about saying one is better than the other.
Exactly.
It's just about understanding where you are.
Yeah. Where are you on this spectrum?
And how can you grow from there?
Exactly. And you might even find that you're kind of in between.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
You know, maybe you're Hylic with some strong psychic tendencies.
Absolutely.
Or you're a psychic who's starting to tack into that pneumatic potential.
Right. Or maybe you're just a beautiful blend of all three.
Exactly. We're all complex beings.
Yeah.
We don't fit neatly into these boxes.
So it's all about self-awareness.
Right.
And using that to grow.
Exactly.
So we've identified these 3 types.
Yes.
But how do we actually take this knowledge?
Right. How do we put it into practice?
And make it useful in our lives?
Yeah.
That's the big question, right?
Right. How do we actually use this information?
We've identified where we are, but now what?
Now what?
How do we actually use that to grow and change and evolve?
Exactly. How do we actually make it practical in our everyday lives?
Yeah, so let's start with the Hylics.
Okay.
So for our Hylic friends who are still really enjoying that material world,
yeah,
what's some advice that we can give them?
Well, I think the key for Hylics is to start recognizing that true fulfillment goes beyond those external things.
Okay.
It's not about denying yourself those pleasures and comforts.
Right.
But it's about understanding their limitations.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, I think mindfulness practices can be really helpful.
Okay.
Things like paying attention to your breath.
Yeah.
Noticing the sensations in your body.
Right.
Really savoring a cup of tea.
Yeah.
These kinds of things that help you come back to the present moment.
Okay.
Rather than getting caught up in chasing those desires.
Okay, so being more present.
Exactly.
More mindful.
Yeah.
What about creative outlets?
Oh, yeah. Creative outlets are fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about like painting or writing. Those are great too.
Yeah.
But think about things like gardening, cooking, building something with your hands.
Right.
These kinds of activities that really engage your senses and that bring a sense of accomplishment that doesn't rely on acquiring more stuff.
Right. So finding something you can create and enjoy.
Something that nourishes you.
Okay. On a deeper level.
All right. So that's for our Hylic friends.
Yeah.
What about our psychics?
So for psychics, the challenge is to avoid getting stuck in their heads.
Okay.
They can spend so much time analyzing and dissecting ideas that they forget to actually apply that knowledge.
Yeah, they're all theory, no action.
Exactly.
So how do they get out of their heads?
Well, I think finding opportunities to put that knowledge into action is crucial.
Okay.
So volunteering for a cause that they're passionate about.
Okay.
Starting a project that allows them to use their skills to make a tangible difference in the world.
So taking action.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about moving from that realm of theory into the realm of experience.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. And then finally, what about our pneumatics?
So for pneumatics, I think the potential pitfall is becoming too detached from the world around them.
Okay, too, in the ether.
Right. And remember, Gnosticism isn't about escaping reality.
Yeah.
It's about transforming it.
So I would suggest exploring grounding practices. Yeah. Things like meditation, yoga, spending time in nature.
Yeah.
These kinds of activities that can help to kind of anchor them in the present moment.
Yeah, bring them back down to earth a little bit.
Exactly. And also don't underestimate the power of sharing their spiritual understanding with others.
Right.
Not in a preachy way,
right,
but in a way that invites dialogue and encourages others to explore their own spirituality.
Yeah, kind of bringing it full circle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive.
Yeah, it's always fun to explore these different perspectives.
Yeah, and to kind of think about where we fall on this spectrum.
And how we can use this information to grow.
Yeah, and whether you identify as a Hylic, the psychic, or a pneumatic, or somewhere in between.
Right.
It's all a journey.
It's all about self-discovery.
Yeah, and it's all about learning.
Exactly.
And growing.
So keep exploring, keep asking questions.
Yeah, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Where do you fall on the spectrum?
Did any of this resonate with you?
What did you learn?
Yeah, share your experiences.
Until next time.
Happy diving.
Keep seeking.